Alrighty, I'm going to try this harvesting again. When it's ready, it was ready. Look, you see how it just popped off? That's a ripe papaya. And you see everybody's trying to get it. So this is our May garden tour. It's all about what's about to be harvested. These are the type of tomatoes I'm growing. It's kind of difficult for me to see them, but they are. If you look, there's tomatoes everywhere, and if I don't have water out, the birds are pecking at them. So I should have a pretty good harvest of tomatoes. Very happy about that. The peace lily is flowering. It flowers for Easter. The raspberries are leafing out, but if you look closely, you will see it is festooned with both raspberry blossoms and raspberries. So we will definitely have some June berries. And the peas are able to survive growing through the raspberries. So these are the peas I have growing over here. This one is ready to be plucked. That one's nice and full. Give me some seed for next year. I don't know where to get this particular seed anymore, but it grows pretty decently here. So you see I got quite a few coming up there, so I'll be grabbing those pretty soon. Got new flowers on it, and it is also dying back, so some of it has died back because it's less. This was a raspberry that I planted, but this looks like a blackberry to me. Very unusual. It's vintage raspberry. And it looks like a blackberry now. But it's got a lot of fruit, so I'm happy about that. It did also sport with this right here. This has no thorns. I only grow raspberries that have thorns because we have rattlesnakes in the area. So I actually grow them so that rattlesnakes don't come in my yard. This is my patch of oregano. That's miner's lettuce. I just put this grass on top of it, you know, give it a little covering, just a little bit. Over here we get to my mint patch. Every good Southern girl has a patch of mint for some mint juleps and some mint teas and such. That's my spinach. Some kale. This is a vine that will flower. I gotta trim that up. I gotta pray the Lord shows me how to trim it up. And this is Melissa. Looks like it's going into flower. It's also called lemon balm. And my mother put in this beautiful flower patch. I'm really excited about that. This was my original wheat harvest, and I didn't get thick amount of wheat, but at least I got wheat, and hopefully some of that will survive. I wanted this thick with wheat because wheat heals the ground. If you plant wheat, it will heal the ground. So I was hoping to get a nice thick covering of wheat, and I just got a little bit of wheat. I will try it again next year. I'll be more prepared next year. And this was my second attempt at wheat, and this spot is so sunny that you can see these wheat didn't get very tall, and they're already putting on their food. So again, not much wheat. Some of it is little there, and I guess it's just hanging out. I just got a little bit. Oh, I think, yeah, I just got little bits of wheat. You can tell the difference between the wheat and grass. Grain, you see how it has a thicker blade to it, whereas this is a thin bladed California bluegrass, which is quite tenacious, and it's what I fertilize my ground with. But that's my update on time. Is festooned with flowers. It's so pretty. I wish my other plants would flower as well as my thyme does, but thank God for the thyme. That's funny. Okay, my chrysanthemums are starting to put on a show. I'm hoping that I get them to do a full display, because they should flower just like the thyme, just full of flowers, but so far not so. In between them, those are in the carrot family. Those are my my winter carrots. They're not carrots, actually. I just can't think of the name of them right now, but they're very expensive at the grocery store, and I've got maybe 1,000 of them growing in my garden because this winter, see there's some more of them. This winter I'm gonna be eating some good old stews. And in the background, my blueberries. My blueberries, the pH isn't right. They need more acid, so I gotta do something to get the pH better for them. But they're hanging in the shade, and something's been eating them. But there they are. They're shaded under the tree because it gets a little too much for them. And that is my Brassica. I don't really know which one it is, but it is a Brassica. I'm zooming out here. This is my squash. It's little, but it's about to give me some little squash. I'll see what it is. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hover bee in this shot. So they police your food for insects. And I just planted my peanuts out. So there's one of my peanuts you can see. And there's another Brassica. I'm hoping that, you know, it's a delicious one. My strawberries are fruiting, but the fruit, you know, I'm kind of leaving it for now. I'll start picking it. If you watch me on Instagram, I got this flower for Easter. This was a bamboo on the flower. I liked it so much I put it in my garden. And I've planted some of my leeks in here now. I had a bunch of carrots and something ate all the carrots. I think there's one carrot left. And this right here is my cabbage. It's doing pretty well. This is a flower, and I thought it had died, but it finally decided to revive itself and come back. My carrot seed are doing good. I'll be getting some of this carrot seed for my stews and stuff. So I'm happy about that. My wheat patch, don't laugh at me, I'm not the best wheat farmer, but that is my wheat patch. Hopefully, I wanted it thick like what I see real farmers having, but these creatures in my area, they ate. This is just what they couldn't find to eat before it got big enough to create seed. I'm thankful for it because I wanted wheat to start naturalizing in my area, and this is drought tolerant. It's growing in the shade of my papaya tree, so it's getting so that's stretching the time for it. I'm going to go through and show you some other carrots growing with the bay leaf, and they're doing well. There's some other plant in the carrot family. I don't know what it is, but it's doing well, and I'm happy about that. More of my root vegetable. I've been pulling the grass and laying it down in this area. I pulled a few of my vegetables too, but you know, I actually have enough so that I can spare some. I got tired because I haven't eaten yet today, but I'm excited. There's another little, that's my arugula. That's the only arugula that came back. And here's something. I showed you that I planted Dollar Tree plants, and I'm really happy with this. These are my peas. Woo. Alrighty now. So this is what I see. I got peas. I got lots of peas, and they're green, so it's hard to see them, but I'm trying to point them out to you. And they're ready to pick. You know, they're really ready to pick. I can pick them right now. I don't know what's stopping me. I guess because once I pick them, they're picked. And I'm so excited to have them. My blackberries, you see, I told you my garden is mostly brambles because rattlesnakes don't like to come into the brambles. There's strawberries underneath there that are fine, but the brambles are in full festoon, and I have my lemons, of course, so I'll have some fruit there. Let's go around and take a look at some other things that I got from see, there's some of the fruit. So June berries, June pies are coming. Ooh, I'm so excited. Look at all that food. Yummy. Ooh. Smells so good out here too. The all berries are in the rose family. All berries are in the rose family, so it smells like the most beautiful rose garden ever, and it's gonna taste even what I was looking for. These are my seed that I got from, I did the video of getting the seed, and you see they are doing really, really well. Really well. They're full of flowers, which are going to be food pretty soon. Very, very happy about that. There's more growing through the brambles. Brambles don't really stop other foods from growing, so your bramble patch can be full of weeds or food, whichever you choose. I chose food, but these are, so I'm gonna have some fava beans. These are my fava beans, Andalesi fava beans. I'm gonna have those coming up in June too, I think. Yeah, because look, it's May and they're fruiting out like that. Okay. Now the carrots over here seem to be doing the best. I grew pumpkin here last year, and this year I got carrots in there. There are also beets, and there were radishes. I've tried to pick all the radishes by now, but there's probably, knowing me, some that's still in there. My Kentucky Wonders, they're hanging in there and everything, but they haven't shot up like I would have thought they did. So, but they've got a long season. They can take the heat, so, you know, maybe they're waiting until it gets hot enough for them. Behind them is a sunflower that's still short growing in my wheat patch. And my chrysanthemums are putting on quite a show. I'm very proud. Amidst them, these are my root vegetables. I've got some late broccoli. I ate this broccoli off this plant here. So let me show you. It actually was so intent upon flowering that it sent off some more shoots from the bottom. And those are now flowering. So that's how that is. This one is a later one that came up from the root. You can see the difference in the intensity. And Peter is eating the leaves. You'll see him. Probably I'll put him in this video. Oh, Peter's in there. I guess he got a little thirsty. He had to make the run on the concrete. Oh, there he is. There's little Peter. There's little Pete Pete. How you doing, little Petey Pete? You came out on Earth Day. Yeah. Oh, you enjoying lunch? Okay. Y'all see why I have to grow a lot? I don't make this stuff up. Yellow flowers are mustards. These are mustard grains. American Southern mustard grains. Okay. This is my chicory. They're called radicchio. They are very bitter, and as you can see, the snails and slugs like to live in there, but they don't like to eat them because they're bitter. Okay. Here's a radish that the bunnies can still eat, and that looks like a lettuce that's growing in the shade of everything else. I finally got flowers off of this. Aren't they beautiful? I wonder if they have a scent to them. Yeah, they do. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a nice powdery floral scent. Just gorgeous. This whole thing here is going to come out with these, and you see there's a second one coming. That was the first one. I've had this planted for a couple of years, and this is the first time it's born flowers. My friend gave me some bell pepper plants, and they've already got fruit on them, so I had left the fruit on them, but I'm now thinking that was not a good idea, so I'm cutting the fruits off. They're edible size, so see, they started ripening because I didn't think the plant was going to make it through transfer like that. And I see the ones that don't have fruit on it did flower. How are you today?